How's it going, Cancer? Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Guys, welcome to my channel. So, all right, it's time for April 2021 mid-month reading for you. And I'm going to be using the Starman Tarot card deck, and I'm going to use the Starguide spread, okay? So the Starman Tarot deck was inspired by David Bowie, and he collaborated on the artwork, so we do get to see his face in some of the cards. And then the Starguide spread came in the companion book for this deck. So I love this combination. I use it almost every mid-month reading. And I feel like this is like a grand expose on what is happening in your life. And it is designed to give you a check on what is happening and maybe set your course back to rights, okay? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this reading. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and I look forward to your comments as always. And if you're not currently subscribing, go ahead and tap the subscribe bell. I'm here to help you guys on your path. So let's get cracking into this reading for you. The first card in the spread is going to have a look at your present situation, and this is going to be for the zodiac sign of Cancer at the time that I pull the cards based on the collective energy. All right, so let's have a card here for you guys. So I have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so something about this card strikes me right away. I listen to a lot of Steve Nobel. Okay, I listen to him every morning, actually, and he has this abundance meditation. And it says that I am the sunflower that scatters seeds, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the exact whole thing about it, but there's a sunflower above the Queen of Wands. So it's like all the hard work that you have put into yourself. And I'm getting the words actually resurrecting your family. Because I've seen for you guys in the past year or so where you have really been putting yourself in a second position so that somebody in your family can rise up, you know. And it's put a tremendous strain on you. But now you're starting to come out the other side of that. Like all of your efforts have been paying off. The Queen of Wands, she is very family oriented. And now she's standing with, she's got that fantastic hand on hip energy. And that sunflower is coming up on top of her. So it seems like that very challenging experience of whatever that you've had to walk through, it has like basically tilled the soil to enable this sunflower to come up. It has really generated this richness in you, like this capacity for compassion and just revealing your soul like as being so beautiful. And now the rewards are they're going to start to come in, you know, and if not immediately, those seeds from the sunflower, they're going to take root. I know that sounded a little bit weird, but I hope it made sense. So we're going to pull a cause of conflict card here for you guys. You've got the Devil card. So this is always an intense energy when you see the Devil card. This is more a representation of the shadows in your life, okay? Managing your demons. And this could be somebody that you're related to, you know, that kind of pulled you into that mire where you really, really, really forced yourself to help that person out, even though maybe you weren't feeling 100% or you found it very draining, or you felt like you were doing things more of an obligation than anything else. This is also a representation of any sort of addiction that you could have been battling with, or like a negative thought pattern about yourself. So this is going to rear its ugly head. And I've actually seen this for a couple of the signs when I'm doing this reading. And this can also be particularly impactful for people, you know, with this pandemic that we're having. People are spending way too much time alone or like cooped up with somebody 24/7 and, you know, really having a lack of funds or things being very challenging. And the demons that you deal with, like they're along for the ride for the rest of your life. You know, they're always going to be there. There's always going to be something there to remind you. So it's going to probably be a constant challenge for you. And this demon could be, again, somebody that you've helped out and that you will always be feeling obligated to help out, okay? So it feels like even though there is this glorious sunflower, there's always going to be a bit of a shadow to it. So that could be very challenging for you, Cancer, but you guys have a really tough shell. You're obviously incredibly strong and super tough cookies because your readings have just been so... like whatever you have been challenged with, you have been able to persevere and conquer it. And you see that in the Queen of Wands where she's like, yeah, I got this, you know. And I find that when you're able to stand up straight and you put your hands on your hips, I can't do that right now because it'll start knocking things over. That is a power stance, okay? You might want to start even really making a practice of doing that because that is like the superhero stance, and that is like really drawing on that inner strength, and you're probably going to need it because whatever shadow that you guys have been dealing with the Devil card is always going to be there. So changes needed in order to face these challenges. You know, I've got the Prince of Cups here, and I'm just going to draw on a bit of a personal experience for you guys to give you a bit of a technique to deal with the devil when it comes creeping in, especially if it's a specific person, right? So I was a server for a long time and people were kind of jerks. Not everybody, but there was always at least one a day. You know, and whatever they had going on, they felt that it was okay to come in and take it out on an unknown stranger serving them. So I had this technique where I called it sugaring people to death. So no matter what they said, no matter what they did, I would always like give them a great big smile. And like if they were rude, I would always just say, oh, you're welcome, you know, and just be like effusively, obnoxiously sweet to them. So the Prince of Cups is offering that type of love. So this is the strategy that is going to really help you out. Looking at that antagonist or, you know, whatever addiction or whatever the situation is for you personally, and offering it love, okay? And it might be very challenging for you, but this is what you need to do. This is the tactic that will help get you out of any sort of sticky situation or where you feel like you want to rip somebody's head off or tell them to get lost or, you know, just, you know, give it a great big smile. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you. Oh, that's great. You know, just really use that sugar technique that got me through so many idiots, I want to say. Just, you know, so you can do that too. Like just sugar people to death until they go away. Or so your strengths here, this is the 5 of Wands, and this is going to be really good, especially when you're dealing with this devil. And I really did see that there is somebody close to you that they require more of your help than the ordinary person. They don't just want to talk things through. They really want to lean on you sometimes until you get to the point where you feel like you might collapse under the strain. So I pulled the 5 of Wands for you. This is your strength of knowing when to say something and when not to say something. You could really feel like, you know, you want to have an argument, like, haven't I done enough for you? And like really just, you know, so you combine this energy of knowing when and where to say something with the sugaring people, and you've given yourself a really, really good tool, you know. Just say, you know, you want to bite back any sort of snapping comment or any sort of judgment, sort of recede behind that mask of being able to be very polite pick your battles. Like this is going to be, and it'll take you through any situation in your life, especially when it's going to be a really big struggle with that devil card. All right. So resist the urge to fire off a scorching email or sending somebody a really hot text message or making some sort of, you know, how some people post such rude comments on social media, and I'm like, wow. So you guys don't have to do that. It might have worked for you in the past, but it's not a long-term strategy as you move into negotiating really difficult situations and people. So you could really implement that. I think it'll take you farther. And you know what? You do catch more, you draw more bees with honey, I think, you know, and you know what it takes to draw flies, right? So, and I'm not going to say that on YouTube, but you know what I mean? So there's a different strategy available to you. And with the Queen of Wands, you're taking care of yourself and other people. And that's always by being nice to them, no matter what they're saying to you. And just being able to collect yourself and say, okay, yeah, we'll get back to that, you know? So the outcome here is the Ace of Wands here, you guys. So this is a really great card. This is going to, when you act with love, you're going to receive love. So the universe is going to deliver you a new opportunity and a new cause of action because you've done so well at surmounting and overcoming challenges that would make lesser people crumble, okay? And you've probably had moments where you felt like you're never going to be able to continue on, especially having to take care of somebody that had excessive needs in your family. So this is a really powerful reading for you guys to always, you know, filter all your thoughts and comments and actions through however many filters they need to go through in your brain before they come out of your mouth. Because once things are spoken or written, you can't get them back. And you know how there's this huge trend of people screenshotting your comments and posting them online, and I just find that appalling, you know. So you have this power to change things and bring in new opportunities because of your sweetness, and your charm is going to take you a long way. So remember that the next time you get challenged here, you guys, because you got to let those sunflower seeds spring out and then come back to you with the Ace of Fire. And I'm being guided to pull one more card here for you. So you've got the sun here, and the sun is blazing down with you with brilliant abundance, you know, and you've got the sun here, and you've got the sunflower card here. So it's like your garden is ready to burst out into bloom. This is sort of a weird analogy, but you know, everything is coming full circle for you guys, and you worked hard for it. So get ready to reap your rewards, and don't let anybody taunt you or torment you into being a negative response to them. Okay, that's all I'm getting, guys. So take care. Bye.